Two seniors take the exact same multivitamin every day for a year. Same brand, same dose, same starting blood work. At the end of the year, one has improved vitamin D levels, better iron stores, and lower inflammation. The other has barely moved. Same pill, same dose, different outcomes. The difference isn't genetics, it isn't absorption disorders, it's timing. When you take each vitamin determines how much your body actually absorbs, whether it interacts with your medications, whether it helps you sleep or keeps you awake, and whether you experience side effects or none at all. The research on vitamin timing has expanded dramatically in the last decade, and most of it never reaches the general public. Today, I'm walking you through the optimal time to take every common vitamin and mineral for seniors over 65. The vitamin that doubles its absorption when taken with breakfast fat. The mineral that causes insomnia when taken at the wrong hour. The combinations that block each other and should be separated by at least 2 hours. The 4 medications that change vitamin timing entirely. And the simple schedule you can put on your refrigerator to maximize benefit from every supplement you take. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly when to swallow each pill, and you'll likely see more benefit from supplements you're already taking without spending a single extra dollar. Let me start with why timing matters more for seniors than for younger adults. The aging body changes how nutrients are absorbed. Stomach acid production declines. By age 70, roughly 30% of adults have meaningfully reduced stomach acid, which directly affects absorption of vitamin B, 12, iron, calcium, and magnesium. Liver and kidney function gradually decline, changing how vitamins are processed and excreted. Medications that seniors take, proton pump inhibitors, metformin, statins, blood pressure drugs, each interact with specific vitamins in ways that change optimal timing, and appetite patterns shift. Many seniors eat smaller meals, often without much fat at breakfast, which directly affects fat-soluble vitamin absorption. All of this means the vitamin timing advice that works for a 30-year-old often doesn't work for a 75-year-old. You need different rules. The good news is that the rules are simple once you understand them. Vitamins divide into 2 big categories: fat-soluble and water-soluble. Fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, and K, require dietary fat for absorption. They should always be taken with a meal that contains some fat. Water-soluble vitamins, B-complex and vitamin C, are absorbed regardless of meal content. Their timing depends on other factors like medication interactions, stomach tolerance, and energy effects. Minerals are a separate category with their own rules. Calcium and iron especially have strict timing requirements. And then there are the special cases: magnesium for sleep, vitamin D for absorption synergy, B12 for absorption with metformin, that don't fit clean categories. Quick pause. Before we go through every vitamin one at a time, I want to give you the most important principle in this entire video. Most seniors swallow their entire vitamin stack at once, usually with breakfast, because it's convenient. But that approach destroys the effectiveness of several supplements. The vitamins compete with each other for absorption. Some block others. The total benefit is much smaller than the sum of the parts. The fix is to split your supplements across 2 or 3 times in the day in a strategic order. The next 30 minutes will give you exactly that order. Stay with me. This single change will produce real benefits without any additional purchases. Let me start with vitamin D, because this is the most important vitamin for seniors and the one most commonly mistimed. Vitamin D is fat-soluble, meaning it requires dietary fat for absorption. Studies have shown that taking vitamin D with the largest meal of the day, for most people that's lunch or dinner, increases absorption by 50% compared to taking it with no food or with a low-fat meal. A landmark study published in the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research in 2010 took adults who had been on vitamin D for months without significant blood level improvement, switched them to taking the same dose with their largest meal, and saw blood levels increase by 56% on average. Same dose, different timing, dramatically different results. The optimal protocol for seniors: take vitamin D3 with lunch or dinner, whichever contains more fat. Avocado, olive oil, fatty fish, eggs, cheese, or nuts in the meal all enhance absorption. Empty stomach taking is the worst timing. Coffee-only breakfast taking is nearly as bad. Dose matters too. The recommendation for seniors over 70 is at least 800 international units daily, with many specialists recommending 1,000 to 2,000 for healthy adults and higher doses for those with documented deficiency. Get your 25-hydroxy vitamin D level checked annually. Target range is generally 30 to 50 nanograms per milliliter or 75 to 125 nanomoles per liter in metric units. Vitamin D pairs well with vitamin K2 and magnesium, both of which support proper calcium handling. If you take a vitamin D supplement that includes K2, that's a useful combination. Magnesium is needed for vitamin D activation in the body, which is why many seniors with low magnesium see poor response to vitamin D supplementation alone. Pattern interrupt. I want to address something important. Vitamin D toxicity is real but uncommon. It usually requires doses above 10,000 international units daily sustained for months. The general safety range up to 4,000 international units daily is well established. But if you have kidney disease, sarcoidosis, or take certain medications, your safe range may be different. Always confirm your specific target with your doctor based on blood work. Generic dosing recommendations don't replace personalized care. Now let me cover vitamin K2. Vitamin K2, particularly the MK7 form, works alongside vitamin D to direct calcium into bones and out of arteries. It's increasingly considered important for senior bone and cardiovascular health. Vitamin K2 is fat-soluble, so it should be taken with food containing fat. The same meal as vitamin D is ideal. The typical senior dose is 90 to 200 micrograms of MK7 daily. One critical safety note: if you're on warfarin, do not take vitamin K supplements without explicit instructions from your doctor. Vitamin K is the antidote to warfarin. Even small amounts can affect your INR. This includes K1 from leafy greens and K2 from supplements. Patients on warfarin must keep vitamin K intake consistent, week to week, never adding new sources without coordination. Vitamin A is fat-soluble. Most seniors get adequate vitamin A from their diet: orange and yellow vegetables, eggs, dairy, liver. Supplementation is rarely needed, and high doses can be toxic, particularly in seniors. If your multivitamin contains vitamin A, take it with a meal containing fat. Skip standalone high-dose vitamin A supplements unless prescribed by an ophthalmologist or doctor for specific reasons like macular degeneration management. Vitamin E is fat-soluble. Like vitamin A, most seniors don't need standalone vitamin E supplementation, and high doses above 400 international units daily have antiplatelet effects that increase bleeding risk, especially in seniors on blood thinners. If you take it, take with a fatty meal. Modest doses up to 100 international units daily as part of a multivitamin are generally safe. Now let me move to the water-soluble vitamins, starting with vitamin B12, which has its own special considerations for seniors. Vitamin B12 deficiency is one of the most common nutritional deficiencies in adults over 65. The prevalence is roughly 15 to 20% of seniors, and it's underdiagnosed because the symptoms, fatigue, memory problems, balance issues, tingling in hands and feet, overlap with so many other conditions. The reasons seniors become deficient include reduced stomach acid, which is needed to release B12 from food, and certain medications, most notably metformin and proton pump inhibitors like omeprazole, that interfere with B12 absorption. For B12 timing, the morning is best. B12 has mild energy-promoting effects in some people, and taking it at bedtime can disrupt sleep. Take with breakfast or shortly after. B12 is water-soluble, so it doesn't need fat. But there's a critical absorption issue. If you take a proton pump inhibitor like omeprazole or esomeprazole, your stomach acid is suppressed, which dramatically reduces B12 absorption from food and from standard tablet supplements. The solution is sublingual B12, tablets that dissolve under the tongue, or B12 in the methylcobalamin form, which doesn't require stomach acid for activation. If you're on a PPI, sublingual methylcobalamin 1,000 micrograms daily is the most reliable form. For seniors on metformin, supplementation with B12 is now considered standard. Metformin reduces B12 absorption by 20 to 30% over years of use. The recommendation is annual B12 level checking and 1,000 micrograms of methylcobalamin or cyanocobalamin daily as a preventive measure. Folate or vitamin B9 is best taken in the morning with B12. The two work together in many biochemical pathways. The active form, methylfolate, is preferred over folic acid for seniors with certain genetic variants that affect folate metabolism. Most multivitamins now include methylfolate. Vitamin B6 or pyridoxine should also be taken in the morning. High doses above 100 milligrams daily for extended periods can cause nerve damage in seniors. Standard multivitamin doses of 2 to 5 milligrams daily are safe. The other B vitamins, B1, B2, B3, B5, and biotin, are generally safe to take with breakfast as part of a B complex or multivitamin. Vitamin B3 at high doses, the niacin form, can cause flushing and should be taken with food. Pattern interrupt. If you're finding this useful, if you want practical timing guides like this for every aspect of senior nutrition, subscribe to the channel. I publish 2 evidence-based reviews each week. The free vitamin timing schedule for this video, a 1-page printable for your refrigerator, is in the description. No email required. Vitamin C is water-soluble. It can be taken any time of day. For most seniors, morning is the practical choice. Vitamin C has one important interaction worth knowing. It enhances iron absorption. If you take iron supplements, taking vitamin C at the same time increases iron uptake significantly. This is helpful for seniors with iron deficiency anemia. It can be harmful for seniors with hemochromatosis or iron overload conditions. Know your iron status before combining. Vitamin C in high doses, above 2,000 milligrams daily, can cause stomach upset and increase oxalate kidney stone risk in susceptible individuals. Standard supplementation of 250 to 500 milligrams daily is generally safe and well tolerated. Now let me cover the minerals, which have the strictest timing rules. Calcium is one of the trickiest. First, the form matters. Calcium carbonate requires stomach acid for absorption and should be taken with meals. Calcium citrate doesn't require stomach acid and can be taken with or without food. For seniors with reduced stomach acid or on PPIs, calcium citrate is the better choice. Second, the dose matters. The body can only absorb roughly 500 milligrams of calcium at one time. If you take 1,200 milligrams in one dose, much of it is wasted. The fix is splitting your calcium dose, 500 to 600 milligrams in the morning, another similar dose in the evening. Don't take more than 600 milligrams in any single dose. Third, timing relative to other supplements matters. Calcium competes with iron, magnesium, and zinc for absorption. Take calcium at different times than these minerals, ideally separated by at least 2 hours. Calcium also reduces absorption of thyroid medication, blood pressure medications in the calcium channel blocker class, certain antibiotics, and bisphosphonate osteoporosis medications. If you take any of these prescriptions, separate calcium by at least 4 hours. The optimal calcium protocol for most seniors: 500 milligrams of calcium citrate with breakfast and another 500 milligrams with dinner. Don't take with iron supplements. Don't take within 4 hours of thyroid medication or bisphosphonates. Magnesium has fascinating timing considerations. For sleep, magnesium glycinate or L-threonate should be taken 60 to 90 minutes before bedtime. The calming effect on the nervous system peaks about an hour after oral intake. Taking it right at bedtime means you'll be tossing while it kicks in. For constipation relief, magnesium oxide or magnesium citrate at higher doses can be taken in the morning or early afternoon. These forms have laxative effects, which is undesirable at bedtime, but useful for daytime regularity. For general health and supplementation, magnesium glycinate is well absorbed without significant laxative effect and can be split into morning and evening doses. The total daily dose for seniors should be around 300 to 400 milligrams of elemental magnesium. Magnesium has critical interactions. It should be separated from calcium by at least 2 hours for best absorption of both. It should be separated from antibiotics like ciprofloxacin and tetracyclines by at least 2 to 4 hours. It should be separated from levothyroxine by at least 4 hours. It should be separated from bisphosphonates by at least 4 hours. For seniors with reduced kidney function, eGFR below 30, magnesium supplementation should only be done under medical supervision because the kidneys are responsible for excreting excess magnesium. Iron supplementation is for seniors with documented iron deficiency only. Not everyone over 65 needs iron, and excess iron is harmful. If you've been diagnosed with iron deficiency anemia and prescribed iron, the timing rules are strict. Take iron on an empty stomach if you can tolerate it. Absorption is 2 to 3 times higher without food. Many seniors can't tolerate empty stomach iron due to nausea, so taking with a small snack containing vitamin C is the next best option. Citrus juice with iron tablets enhances absorption. Iron should be separated from calcium by at least 2 hours. Calcium reduces iron absorption by up to 40%. Iron should be separated from coffee, tea, and dairy by at least 2 hours. Tannins in coffee and tea bind iron and reduce absorption. Iron should be separated from thyroid medication, antibiotics like ciprofloxacin and tetracyclines, and bisphosphonates by at least 4 hours. The form matters. Iron sulfate is the cheapest and most studied, but causes more stomach upset and constipation. Iron bisglycinate is much gentler and well absorbed, preferred for seniors who can afford it. Take iron every other day rather than daily if possible. Recent research suggests every other day dosing actually produces better absorption and fewer side effects than daily. Zinc is best taken on an empty stomach when possible, but if it causes nausea, take with a light snack. Zinc competes with copper. Long-term zinc supplementation above 40 milligrams daily can cause copper deficiency. If you take zinc, take a balanced multivitamin or consider modest copper supplementation alongside. Zinc should be separated from calcium, iron, and magnesium by at least 2 hours. It should be separated from antibiotics by at least 2 to 4 hours. Selenium is generally safe at modest doses up to 200 micrograms daily. Take with or without food. Excessive selenium causes hair loss, nail brittleness, and gastrointestinal issues. Don't exceed 400 micrograms total daily from all sources. Iodine is usually adequate from iodized salt and a multivitamin. Don't add standalone iodine supplements without thyroid evaluation. Excessive iodine can cause thyroid dysfunction in seniors, particularly those with autoimmune thyroid conditions. Pattern interrupt. The free vitamin timing schedule in the description lays out a complete morning, midday, and evening protocol that handles all of these timing rules automatically. You don't need to memorize every interaction. You just need to put the right pill in the right slot at the right time. Print the schedule, use it. Let me now address omega-3 fatty acids, which are technically not a vitamin, but are commonly taken as supplements by seniors. Omega-3 from fish oil should be taken with the largest meal of the day. They're fat-soluble and absorption depends on food content. Some seniors experience fish burps from fish oil. The fix is freezing the capsules. Frozen capsules slow stomach release and reduce reflux. Take with food, ideally one containing some fat to help with the digestion of the oil. Dose for general cardiovascular health is around 1,000 milligrams of combined EPA plus DHA daily. For higher therapeutic doses, above 3,000 milligrams, discuss with your doctor, especially if you're on blood thinners. Now let me address probiotics. Probiotic timing is debated, but emerging evidence suggests taking probiotics about 30 minutes before a meal works best. The stomach acid level is lower in anticipation of food, and the bacteria have a better chance of surviving to reach the intestine. Take with cool water, not hot beverages, which can kill the live cultures. Coenzyme Q10 is fat-soluble and should be taken with a fatty meal. The ubiquinol form is better absorbed than ubiquinone, especially in seniors. Standard dose is 100 to 200 milligrams daily for seniors on statins, where CoQ10 supplementation may help with statin-related muscle symptoms. Now let me cover 4 medications that change vitamin timing entirely. First, proton pump inhibitors like omeprazole, esomeprazole, lansoprazole. These suppress stomach acid. They reduce absorption of B12, iron, calcium carbonate, and magnesium. The fixes: switch to sublingual B12, switch to iron bisglycinate, switch to calcium citrate instead of carbonate, and consider magnesium glycinate, which doesn't require stomach acid. Have annual blood work to monitor B12 and magnesium levels. Both can become dangerously low on long-term PPI use. Second, metformin for type 2 diabetes. Reduces B12 absorption by 20 to 30% over years. Take sublingual or oral methylcobalamin 1,000 micrograms daily. Get annual B12 checks. Folate is sometimes also reduced. Check both. Third, levothyroxine for hypothyroidism. Must be taken on an empty stomach, ideally first thing in the morning with water only, then wait 30 to 60 minutes before eating. Calcium, iron, magnesium, and high-fiber foods reduce its absorption. Separate any of these by at least 4 hours from your levothyroxine dose. Take vitamins later in the morning, not with the thyroid pill. Fourth, statins for cholesterol. May deplete CoQ10 in some seniors. Consider ubiquinol 100 to 200 milligrams daily, taken with a fatty meal if you experience statin-related muscle symptoms. Discuss with your doctor before starting. Pattern interrupt. The wallet card I keep mentioning includes a section to list your specific medications. Take it to your pharmacist. Ask them to mark which vitamins need to be separated from your medications and by how many hours. This personalized version of the timing schedule prevents the most common dangerous interactions. Let me now give you the practical schedule. This is the protocol I'd recommend for most healthy seniors taking common supplements. First thing in the morning, on an empty stomach with water only. If you take levothyroxine, take it now. Wait 30 to 60 minutes before anything else. Breakfast, take your B-complex multivitamin, vitamin C, and methylcobalamin B12. If you take iron supplements, take them now with vitamin C, but not with dairy or coffee. Wait 2 hours before any coffee if iron is included. Mid-morning with a small snack. If you take CoQ10 and your largest meal is later, you can take it now with a small fatty snack like nuts or cheese. Otherwise, save for the largest meal. Lunch. For most seniors with a substantial lunch, this is the optimal time for vitamin D, vitamin K2, vitamin A if needed, and vitamin E if taking it. Take with the meal that contains fat. Take half your daily calcium dose if you split calcium between 2 meals. Afternoon, generally no supplements unless your dinner is small, in which case you might shift some fat-soluble vitamins to a fattier lunch or afternoon snack. Dinner, take the second half of your calcium dose. Take fish oil with the meal. Take CoQ10 if you didn't take it earlier. If you take a multivitamin only once daily and your dinner is your largest meal, take it with dinner instead of breakfast. 60 to 90 minutes before bed. Take magnesium glycinate for sleep. Take any sleep-supportive supplements like tart cherry juice or low-dose melatonin if you use them. This is a general framework. Your specific medications, your specific supplements, and your specific eating pattern may require adjustments. The wallet card lets you customize this for your situation. Let me now address some specific questions I get from viewers. Can I just take my whole multivitamin once a day with breakfast? You can. It's better than not taking it. But you'll get better absorption of vitamin D, vitamin K, and CoQ10 if your breakfast is light by taking the multivitamin with a larger meal. If your breakfast includes eggs, avocado, or other fats, morning is fine. What if I forget my evening doses? Set a phone alarm or use a daily pill organizer. Consistency matters more than perfection. Missing one dose occasionally is not a problem. Missing the evening dose every day means you're really only on a once-daily regimen, which is fine. Just be intentional about it. What about gummy vitamins? Generally lower quality, contain added sugar, and use lower quality ingredient forms. Acceptable as a fallback if you absolutely cannot swallow pills. Otherwise, capsules or tablets are better. Should I take vitamins with coffee? Avoid taking iron, calcium, or thyroid medication with coffee. Most other vitamins are okay with coffee. The tannins in coffee mainly affect mineral absorption, not vitamin absorption. What about taking everything sublingually? Most vitamins are absorbed adequately through the digestive system unless you have specific absorption issues. Sublingual is mainly important for B12 in seniors with reduced stomach acid or on PPIs. Do I need a multivitamin if I eat well? Most seniors benefit from a basic multivitamin because dietary intake patterns and absorption changes mean that food alone often doesn't provide enough vitamin D, B12, and a few other nutrients. A simple multivitamin plus separate vitamin D, B12 if on PPIs or metformin, magnesium glycinate, and possibly omega-3 covers most senior needs. What's the most common timing mistake seniors make? Taking all vitamins together with a small breakfast. The fat-soluble vitamins get poor absorption, the calcium blocks the iron blocks the thyroid medication, and the magnesium would help with sleep, but it's been taken 12 hours too early. Just splitting into morning, lunch, and bedtime fixes most of these issues. Let me give you the practical recommendation. If you're over 65 and taking multiple supplements, take fat-soluble vitamins with your largest, fattiest meal. Split calcium across 2 doses. Take iron on an empty stomach or with vitamin C separated from other minerals and dairy. Take magnesium glycinate 60 to 90 minutes before bed. Take levothyroxine first thing on an empty stomach with a strict 4-hour buffer from minerals. Take B12 in the morning, sublingually if on PPIs or metformin. Take fish oil with food. Use the printed schedule until the pattern becomes routine. What this approach will do for you, it will roughly double the absorption of your fat-soluble vitamins, prevent the most common medication supplement interactions, eliminate evening stimulation from morning B vitamins, and improve sleep with properly timed magnesium, all without spending an additional dollar. What this approach will not do, it will not replace blood work. The only way to know if your supplements are working is to check your levels. Vitamin D, B12, ferritin for iron, and others is relevant. Annual or biannual blood work is the feedback loop that tells you whether your protocol is working. Without that, you're guessing. The supplement industry sells the bottles. Almost no one teaches you when to swallow what's in them. That single piece of knowledge, the timing, separates a senior whose supplements work from one whose supplements are mostly being excreted unused. The information from this video, combined with a basic morning, midday, evening schedule, puts you in the first group. Use it consistently. Check your blood work annually. Adjust based on results. That's how supplements actually deliver the benefits the bottle promises. In the next video on this channel, I'm reviewing telehealth and how seniors can use virtual care effectively for natural remedy discussions, prescription refills, and second opinions. If you haven't subscribed yet, the link to the free printable vitamin timing schedule is in the description. Thank you for watching. Take your vitamins at the right time, ask questions, and never start anything new without checking with your healthcare team.